Hi guys, welcome to today's video. When men fight back against woke people after the election. You have been enjoying this, and you guys, can you stop posting awesome comments? Like, I am trying to finish season 2 of Arcane and I cannot, I keep scrolling. Like, stop being so awesome, honestly. You're so entertaining.
And envy is just stagnating our growth.
How important are women's rights?
More important than yours and mine.
What rights do men
Why?
have that women
Equality, brother. Why would a woman right be more important? No right should be more important than other. Fairness, equality. Let's go.
don't? What rights
did you
do
say?
men have that women don't?
Gotcha. That's silence.
I think I'm done here today, guys.
Beta male.
What rights do men have that women don't?
Beta female.
Beta male, beta female.
Love Trump?
What?
You love Trump?
Yeah, why?
Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Fucking weirdo. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Boy.
What, he wanted to attack him?
Damn. Well.
Hello?
Get away from
Call
me.
the police.
Beat you with his daughter. Get away.
Oh my god, I don't even know if I can show you this. Thank god it's a bit like zoomed in and whatnot.
Fucking weirdo. Stop attacking me. Fucking weirdo. Ow. Why are you doing that? Fucking creep. You freak. Oh my god, you good, you freak. They started attacking me.
Would you want to try one?
Wait, he was even wearing a dress and I didn't even notice. Exactly the point. Exactly. Just you by wearing a dress does not make you a woman. Okay? Just like me wearing pants doesn't make me a man. Jesus. That's crazy.
It's vegan chicken. It's a little spicy though.
Vegan
It did.
chicken.
I did.
Spicy vegan chicken.
Vegan was a good chicken though.
Huh?
She sadly passed away though.
It has actual chicken. It wasn't vegan and she, oh no, that's not nice.
Oh yeah, it's vegan like our chicken's named vegan.
So good and tasty. Conservatives from voting.
Okay, and you tell me why.
They're conservative.
Yeah, but you gotta have a.
That's my only reason. So do you sign it?
Nobody can. No.
Yeah, son.
All right.
I do have a problem with really conservative people.
Okay.
Okay, because once you cross over the line, then you don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And that's
You just took away their rights. And you're talking about conversation.
the problem with this.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is that you just did this. That's the problem.
That's why you need to say, I'm banning conservatives because they're not willing to talk to people. Okay.
At first, I thought he was a reasonable person because he was asking, why should we ban conservatives? That's what I would do. But then he didn't get an answer, and he signed it anyway. I just find it interesting that there are some Democrats that don't mind it being illegal for conservatives to vote, but they want to make it legal for illegal immigrants to vote. Luckily, that level of irrationality is rare, even in the Democrats.
If Whoopi
Interesting.
Goldberg was here right now, what would you tell her?
I'm just gonna say, ma'am, I'm not trying to shame, but Whoopi Goldberg, you one of the ugliest actresses in the history of America. You the goat of ugliness. Nobody think you pretty. Nobody think you even Whoopi Goldberg. And then on top of that, you know how like an ugly girl, she can make herself more beautiful with a good character?
Yeah.
Her character is just as ugly. All she do is she complain and talk about Donald Trump all day, and you got all these billions. Are you not happy, man? And Whoopi, I want you to look in the mirror right now. You's an ugly one. And you ugly for selling America down the hall. You're supposed to be an American. I don't even consider you American. But at the end of the day, Whoopi, you ugly.
Unpopular opinion, and it's not all women who hate men, but it seems like a lot of the times when women hate men, they start to look unattractive. I think
I don't think about hating men, just hating. Just people who hate and who are like literally their personality starts showing on their face and their bodies. There is no way you can fall in love with a person that is so mean from inside and rotten from inside. Eventually you will see only that, no matter how pretty they are from outside.
women like men, it keeps them on their toes. They try to stay presentable because they like the affection and attention of men. But it seems like when women have a deep resentment for men, they start praying to rocks, gaining a bunch of weight, cutting their hair, and dressing like a lumberjack or a construction worker. I don't know what it is.
We used to have stop and frisk for criminals in this country, but liberals whined, so now we only have it for soccer moms at the airport.
So you like it when police stop and frisk black people, but you're angry when white women have to go through a metal detector. Got it.
So I guess in this guy's mind, the guy eating, the Harrison Walls cookie, how cute. I guess in his mind, black people and criminals are synonymous. Like I said, if you look here, it says for criminals in this country. And he somehow turned it into black people. Ugh. And it's weird because he does it with this smug, I'm better than you attitude. In his video, he didn't mention race one time. He talked about criminals and soccer moms. And what this guy did is took it and turned it into two racial things, white women and black people. There are soccer moms who aren't white, and there are many criminals who are not black. But again, in the liberal mindset, everything is about race, sexual orientation, gender. You have to put it into some category. They talk about unity, but they divide everything by race, sexual orientation, gender. These people are insufferable.
I mean, look how many letters there are. I cannot keep up. I know the LGBTQ. And for the love of God, I don't even know all of them what they mean exactly. But now there's like 5 more letters there. They just try to keep diversing and separating and like 50 Shades of Grey literally. And I cannot keep up. I'm sorry. Not sorry, actually. I'm not sorry. I don't want to keep up. I have a life. I have more important things to deal with in life than to figure out which letter you belong to in the alphabet. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Honestly, there's so many more important things in life that we should be talking about.
That same type of energy as when Joe Biden said that poor kids is just as smart as white kids.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
White
kids, black kids.
When did this happen? When did this happen? Like, what is going on?
Asian kids.
What do you mean by that?
I think it'd be unintentional, but as a black person, it definitely makes you side-eye.
Do you guys think it's bad to spread misinformation? Probably, right? But yet that is constitutionally protected, and there can't be legal action brought against you for it.
Misinformation is just anything out of a Republican's mouth because they well, first of all, the free,
especially yours,
everything you just said is so funny because you went around the entire thing because this is what people do on the left. You take one, you could do even a yes or no answer, and then you run with it a million different directions. You make sure it covers Trump bad, and then, but if you do this, you do this. I was one of those people censored, and along with my friends, who, by the way, when we get censored, we don't make money. We lose everything. People have their licenses stripped away. I think this is the #1 issue, especially considering it's so ironic. Only one side was censored the past 4 years. You have Bobby Kennedy, when I was seeing him and Tucker talk about how the Biden administration took down his account with 5 million followers on Instagram, and then he is in a lawsuit with them. They literally changed the terms and definition of what you can and can't say. And then when they found out he didn't violate it, they just went and made their own rules. That is 100% election interference for them to be meeting with Mark Zuckerberg and being like, so yeah, it's like all the content was shifted one way. And by the way, all that misinformation that they didn't like would have saved so many people's lives, especially regarding the way we handle the COVID vaccine, lockdowns, masks, and all that shit.
When calling a man and a woman was considered misinformation, that's when I knew what misinformation meant and what it was going to be used for.
I'm going to be winding down on political videos for my own mental health and also just because, like, the shit's over. But what I want to say to people on the left is, like, we at some point will need to stop with the, like, instant pariah of people on the right or like people who have conservative views. Like I just saw a video of like a girl who's on the Nebraska volleyball team, Rebecca Alec, is like getting canceled for being in an anti-abortion ad, and it's like more than half the country voted this way.
Are we gonna cancel
it's
more
no
than
longer
half?
the like, oh my God, it's revealed. We have all the power to like make your life a living hell. They have all of the power. So this isn't the serve that we think it is anymore. Being like, you voted for Trump, most people did. So now we're surrounded. They got us. They're in the balls.
Shit,
What do you mean?
Screwed now.
Like, it's not the social
World War Z
current
now.
has moved. And so this like, you're a Trump supporter, I'm gonna tell me, there's actually 10 of them and there's 3 of us. So we need to really figure out our messaging here, because this isn't the gotcha anymore. Okay?
It should
isn't
have never
the, like,
been.
I don't like you, I'm gonna block you.
It should never have been.
Cool. What did we win?
Thank
what did
you.
we win with that? If we want to actually help people, and I understand we're grieving and we're processing, but I want us to just like start to really marinate in like, how do we move forward? And part of that moving forward is like legitimizing the fact that there are Trump supporters, there are Republicans, there are conservative people that you interact with. And we've made it so secretive and
Oh, that you interact with, that can be family members, that can be people you are in love with. How to move forward from that? That's what you need to do not what's the word? See, English is not my native language, so I have a difficulty saying, but let's say disconnect. Do not disconnect yourself from people who mean the world to you just because they have different political views than you do. Try to figure out what's the next best, healthiest step moving forward. Just not talking to your parents does not work, you guys. Like, do not do that to yourself. You will be miserable. You will be depressed. It's not gonna work. You need your parents. You need your family. You need your friends. You need your spouses. Come on.
so covert that we actually can't talk to people if the first thing we're doing is like, you're done. Cool. They're fine with that. They got what they wanted. So what do we get? What do we get? Moral superiority? Great.
I love how he is saying this, but in a way calling out that cancellation was one of the easiest things they would be doing whenever things turned out the other way, like the way they didn't want it to turn out. They would just cancel, they would hate, and now that doesn't work anymore. Interesting.
Tell me how moral superiority has ever won legislative politics. We really need to legitimize this movement. That doesn't mean we agree. But if we actually want to make a change, we need to stop pretending that they are the silent minority.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, the Democrats were convinced that they were going to win because they socially isolate, they surround themselves by people who agree with them, and they push away anybody who disagrees with them. Elon Musk, historically a Democrat. Joe Rogan, historically a Democrat. Vivek, historically a Democrat. RFK, historically a Democrat. All of these people used to be Democrats, but they got pushed away. Until the Democrats start defending their arguments with logic instead of defending their arguments by attacking people's character, they're not going to win another election. The jig is up. That trick just doesn't work anymore.
This is McDonald's French fries. I would like to argue that probably nobody in this room has not had a McDonald's French fries, by the way. Nobody raised their hand during the staff meeting.
She's showing how many ingredients there are in the US version of McDonald's French fries and the UK version, which in the UK version you have so many less ingredients, so much better healthy ingredients in French fries than in the McDonald's American ones. And this is not only with the French fries, it's with a lot of different types of food in America. For some reason, there's so many more ingredients, coloring, and bad ingredients in the food that they are giving to Americans.
Earlier today, in the US, there's 11 ingredients. In the UK, there's 3, and salt is optional. An ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane is an ingredient preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, in the US version.
Oh my God.
This is used as a foaming agent so they don't have to replace the oil that often, making McDonald's more money here in the United States. But they don't do that across the pond.
But also keep in mind that the portion sizes of fast food chains in America are ridiculously huge compared to the European ones. So of course, for medium-sized French fries, which are like extra large in America, they would use more oil. So in a way, they need to save money on that. I guess it's a business thing that they're doing. Yeah.
Here we go. This is Skittles.
Skittles.
Notice the long
thing.
list of ingredient differences. 10 artificial dyes in the US version and titanium dioxide. This ingredient is banned in Europe because it can cause DNA damage. Artificial dyes are made from petroleum, and products containing these dyes require a warning label in Europe that states it may cause adverse effects on activity and detention in children. And they have been linked to cancer and disruptions in the immune system.
I mean, even me living in Germany, I know that America uses illnesses and sickness as a way to earn money because of the health insurance or the lack of it. Here in Germany, a lot of times health insurance is covered and you don't have to pay a lot. But in America, they live on it's a big business. Like besides the guns, I think when it comes to medical, like and pharmaceutical companies, like that's number 2 maybe, or even number 1 when it comes to income for them.
This on the screen
so they don't
here
want you to be healthy, basically. They want you to be sick.
Is Gatorade. In the US, they use red 40 and caramel color. In Germany, they don't. They use carrot and sweet potatoes to color their Gatorade.
Okay. I eat carrots and sweet
This is Doritos. The US version has 3 different artificial dyes and MSG. The UK version does not. And let's look at cereal. General Mills is definitely playing some tricks on us. They launched a new version of Trix just recently in Australia. It has no dyes. They even advertise that when the US version still does.
Shit.
This is why I became a food activist. My name is Vani Hari, and I only want one thing. I want Americans to be treated the same way as citizens in other countries by our own American companies.
The FDA
That's
gets
actually
75% of their money from the pharmaceutical companies that they're supposed to be regulating. Subway was putting the same chemicals that you use for a yoga mat in their bread. And was this discovered by the U.S. government? No, it was discovered by a food blogger. I keep trying to tell people that the U.S. government has sold out the American people to snack cartels who are able to finance billions of dollars to lobby in Washington. These food companies lobby in order to put chemicals into the food that makes it poisonous and more addictive, and our government allows it. Luckily, RFK is going to be our guy for the job, and he vows to take all this BS out of our food. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L, and give me the HBO special. That's out, brother. I'll special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content.
I can't understand.
Till next time.
Yeah, I think it was a W. And also, like, shouldn't this be the more important things that the country should be dealing with? Honestly, you guys, your health should be the most important. Like, pay attention to that. Fight for the rights for your health instead of something not as important. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye.